SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Engineering, Medical and Health Sciences, Management, Science and Humanities, Law, Agriculture Sciences. Admissions open.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome on day 5 of the International Talk Series. It has been a wonderful journey, starting with the Alumni Connect from May 1 to May 15, with 15 alumni speakers from across the globe. The Celebrity Talk Series, an 8-day event from May 8 to May 15, with 8 eminent speakers from across the country, and a research series from May 15 to 20, with 10 researchers across the state. I, Architect A.R. Narayani, Associate Professor, School of Architecture and Interior Design, and a proud alumna of SRM. I'm happy to be your host for the International Talk Web Series 2020. The sessions were curated to bring bright minds across the globe and invoke curious and inspirational conversations, share knowledge and experiences with each other. Today, we have with us our guest of honor, Dr. T.V. Gopal, Director, Alumni Affairs. Welcome, sir. We welcome our Dean, Dr. P. Satish Kumar, who has been instrumental in creating this platform. We will be joined by our distinguished guest, Professor N. Sethuraman, Registrar, SRM ISD, for the valedictory. I welcome our speaker for the day, Mr. Danny Tandela, who will be sharing his views on smart cities. Now, I request our convener, Professor Vayapuri Thangavelu, to give the opening remarks. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, one and all. I welcome you for the final day session of International Talk Series 2020, hosted by School of Architecture and Interior Design, SRM Institute of Science and Technology. Today is the last day, and we have a stalwart for our closing ceremony from the university, Dr. N. Sethuraman, Registrar. He will be joining us a little later for the valedictory, and he will be the chief guest for this program. We have Director for Alumni Affairs, Dr. T.V. Gopal, as our distinguished guest of honor for this program. I welcome you, sir. The program had different personalities from allied fields of architecture for this program. We had experts from urban design, transport engineering, design, sustainability, and today we have someone to talk about smart city. We have Danny Tandela, Chief Engineer, Provisions Technology, Taiwan. Welcome you, speaker. I welcome all distinguished participants from the audience. Welcome all heads of institutions, deans, professors, faculties, and students. Welcome you all. Over to you, organizer.
Thank you so much, sir. Good evening to everyone who's present here. So I request our Dean, Dr. P. Satish Kumar, sir, to welcome the participants and introduce our guest of honor for the session. Thank you so much, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Respected guest of honor, Dr. T.V. Gopal, our very close associate and very fine gentleman, and the speaker for the day, Mr. Danny, the convener, moderator, coordinator, other organizers of this program, and my beloved participants. We have come to the climax of the session, 25 days of continuous interactive session, a very excellent way. Almost 50 programs we have connected in 25 days. And that's going to be a very good library, what we have, and very good experiences, what we understand. And it's going to be very interactive session, what all we had. And it is not only live, and it's a very good document, what we have today and throughout. And we have also excellent participants across the country and across the world. And we have also got a very good feedback across. So almost we are now in the 25th day of the session and the 5th day of this international talk series. I'm sure we were talking about this macro level programs like this cities. Now he is going to talk about the cities, the final day closing up with cities. I'm sure he is a very excellent expert in these areas. And so we've identified him and we called him for this session. And I welcome the speaker again. And let's have a great session. Let's have a great learning. All the best. Thank you. We'll conclude at the end of the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now request our guest of honor, T.V. Gopal, sir, to address the participants and say a few words on the session.
Thank you. Distinguished speaker for today's event, Mr. Danny Tandela, Chief Engineer in Provision Technology, Taiwan. Dr. Satish Kumar, the Dean of School of Architecture and Interior Design, SRM Institute of Science and Technology. Professor Sethuraman, Registrar, SRM ISD. My colleagues, academicians around the globe, professionals, students, and other participants of today's talk series. Very good evening, maybe for the eastern part of the globe, and maybe good morning for the western part. It's my privilege and honor to be the guest of honor at this concluding talk of the International Talk Series 2020. First of all, congratulations to Dr. Satish Kumar, the Dean School of Architecture and Interior Design, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, for coming out with this brilliant idea of hosting an international series especially during the lockdown period. As you might have noticed that during this lockdown period, people are hard pressed in finding ways to spend their lockdown time in a meaningful manner. At a time when we are all bombarded with innumerable webinar topics, ranging from COVID-19, health and hygiene, then rental non-payments, other financial topics, and maybe to emerging areas like AI, IoT, autonomous vehicles, Industry 4, and a lot of robotics topics in medicine and other things. So this talk series, I think this is of a different genre altogether. This talk series I have been seeing for the last 4 days, and also receiving a lot of observations and comments from my colleagues also. It has received tremendous response and it was well appreciated. Kudos to Dr. Satish Kumar and his team. Always the School of Architecture and Interior Design, maybe I have been with SRM maybe for long, maybe 30 years or so. And right from the beginning, the School of Architecture and Interior Design has the unparalleled distinction of being a class apart at SRM when compared to the other departments. The students, the faculty members, everybody will be little different. When I say little different, they are more innovative, more creative, and more knowledgeable. And after Dr. Satish Kumar took charge, the visibility of the school has gone to the next higher level. Dr. Satish Kumar has definitely set a trend for SRM, which I believe will be emulated by others too. I just happened to browse through the topics and speakers profile, and I found that the core theme, I think if I'm not wrong, it is sustainability. Maybe in various transformations it's being talked, I think. No doubt this is the need of the hour, and I'm sure this talk series would have come out with a lot of new innovative ideas and also shared some success stories of the sustainability models adopted in other developed nations. I'm really happy to be part of this talk series, and I wish the SRM organizing team will host many more such online programs in future. Thanks for the opportunity and extend my best wishes to one and all. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us and gracing this occasion. Without much ado, I would like to move on to the celebrity international speaker of this session. I would like to introduce Mr. Danny Dandela. He's a Chief Engineer, Provision Technology, Taiwan. Danny has a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Prachagan Catholic University, Indonesia, and a master's degree in University of France, France. He is currently a research scholar at École Polytechnique de Tours, France. Danny has worked on renowned projects such as Taiwan's National Police, TSMC, a company that supports thriving ecosystem of global customers and partners with the industry's leading process technologies and portfolio of design enablement solutions to unleash innovation for the global industry. He's also worked on the light rail transit in Tamsai, Taipei, and also on the Taiwan Amusement Park and many more projects. He specializes basically in provision technology, systems engineering, specialty in advanced packaging technology services, and closely works with the Indonesian company in designing sustainable smart city for the new capital city of Indonesia. Danny, we're waiting to hear from you on the whole new agenda of IoT of architecture. Thank you so much. It's all yours.
Okay, so I'll start my presentation. I'll share my screen. All right. Okay. Good evening, everyone. So I would like to give you a little bit of perspective of how the urban planning works on the smart cities and what kind of elements that you guys might need to know once it comes to designing a smart city. So this is the agenda for today. I'll share with you the smart city concept, the urban IoT architecture, the conclusion, and the reference. So, okay, talking about Industry 4.0, okay, we started with 1.0. What is it? It's once we talk about the steam machine, we talk about steam power, and then we goes to the mass production for the 2.0. And now at the current moment, we are living in the industry 3.0. We have the automation, we have you have your phone, you have Facebook, and well, everything shared together. But once it comes to 4.0, we need to use the data. That's why you start to listen about big data. We have the cybersecurity, etc. Next, okay, the smart city concept. These are all the elements that we need to have once it comes to smart city concept. We have the IoT, we have the smart health in Taiwan. We have one card that can track all your information for your health. And even though once it comes to sharing your data with the insurance company, and we have the electric vehicle charging. I'll show you. Okay, this company called Gogoro, and they have all your data, how many kilometers that you have to travel every day, which path you're going on. So this is a very important data once it comes to designing urban or designing a city, because you need to know how is the traffic flow. You need to know how people behave, why they have to ride it from this area. We can use it to maximize the traffic flow. All right, and then it's also showing the graph of where people actually charging their battery. So you will have a battery right here, and then they just change it here. And this company it's very popular in Taiwan, because the Taiwan government itself pushing this program so that you can change your old vehicle to electrical based vehicle. And we will have the smart street lights. I'll talk about it later. Okay. So these are the 4 points, the first 4 points that I would like to talk about once it comes to the concept. We have the structural health of building, we have the waste management, we have the air quality, we have the noise monitoring. Okay, talking about the structural health building. So this is the sensors. We put it just on the building, or we can put it under the bridge. And then we just, once if there is a crack on the wall, or if there's a crack under the bridge, we could get the data. Let's say, because Taiwan is located in a very, we have a lot of earthquakes like every year. So it's very important to have this data. We need to know the safety of a building itself. Okay, talking about waste management. So these concepts we have already started it here in Taiwan. We put the sensors on the garbage in the whole city, and then if we could know how full is the garbage cans, and then we don't have to ask garbage trucks to collect or to check for every garbage cans, because on some areas you don't have too much people moving around, and in some areas you have a very dense population. So we use this data, and then the garbage trucks could know, okay, in this area we have 75% full of the data, and then the garbage truck will come before it's full. And with this data, we also could know how people behave. We could know how big is the garbage cans we need for a day. So using this data, we can put it in the cloud platform, and then we could know everything. This is a very good example, so that you don't have to have too many people working on the as garbage collectors. You don't need to have too many people moving around, because garbage truck itself, it could slower down the traffic flow. We need to use, so this is a very good perspective for you as a student. You could understand how to, you could, okay, you once you design a city, you don't have to you don't have to worry too much of the traffic flow. Maybe you can think how to use the technology to make a better city, a sustainable living. Okay, talking about the air quality, this is the sensors that we can put, and then here we can collect all the air quality. In Taipei, I believe it's very easy for us. You just need to turn on the app, and then you can check of the air quality of every point in Taipei. So it's very good for us as the residents. We can control how the governments works, if they are doing it good or not. There's a very good example for this one. So at the first time, once the Taipei city government started to install this air quality, they found out on a specific area, the air quality is super bad. So they started to looking out what happened on this area. They found out, at the end, they found out that near the temple, you will have a very, very bad air quality, because okay, most of the Taiwanese they are Buddhists or Christians. The Buddhists, they will go to temple, they will pray, and they will light something. So because of this problem, they started to change. So if you go to temple now, you are not allowed to burn anything. So it's a very good way of, because it's a very good way of controlling the air quality in your area. Next, I'll talk about the noise monitoring. Okay, noise monitoring. Maybe for some people, you might think that noise, okay, like in Mumbai, I went there before. It just stress when you walk on the road, because there's too many people horn to each others. Okay, so this noise monitoring sensors, we can put it there. In Taiwan, on the traffic law, you are not allowed to horn like for a long time. So you need, it should be a reason why you have to horn. So we can use this noise monitoring, and then if there is a specific vehicle horn in a very like 3 seconds, we can use the camera to track down the plate number of the vehicle. This kind of system would be very good once you have a lot of cameras. That's why I would like to welcome you guys to come to Taipei and take a look. On every street corner, you will have cameras. So don't try to, if you go to Starbucks in Taipei, you don't have to be worried of your belongings. You just simply put your laptop, you can go to a toilet, and when you get back in the next half an hour, you will still have your laptop right there. Next, smart city concepts. We are talking about the traffic congestion. We are talking about the city energy consumption. We are talking about smart parking. We are talking about the smart lighting. Okay, traffic congestion. Taiwan itself is very popular in developing this system. I'll talk a little bit about how I integrate the data from the camera and we integrate with the AI. Okay, I'll talk about the traffic congestion now. the traffic congestion, we can easily, okay, now you have the vehicle counting, right? Tak. And in the future, once we are talking about Industrial 4.0, it's very easy for for the traffic monitoring to get the data of how is the traffic flow. Let's say on a specific time, we will have the horizontal traffic going with a big volume of cars because they are going to the highway. So on a specific time, let's say after working hours, you will have a more green light on that how do you say, on that direction. So this is how Taiwan doing very good. Taipei is one of the big city, but you will have no traffic right here. I can guarantee you. You come here and then you can see we have no traffic problem. Okay, city energy consumptions. Once we are talking about the energy consumptions, it's very important because if you learn a little bit about how to produce electricity, you will know that it's not like when you have such demands, you just produce more electricity. It's not working that way. So while we're talking about the energy consumptions, we can see that this area, so this is New York, and this area you will have more energy consumptions. And how we produce this kind of data, you can use SCADA. You can use the power grid energy consumptions and get it, and you can get this kind of data. It's very useful once it comes to analyzing why this specific area use more energy consumptions. In Taipei itself, I'm not sure which areas, but I remember there is a specific area that, okay, I'll talk about it next one. It's on the smart lighting, I'll talk about it. So for this area in Taiwan, there's a specific area, we call it Neihu, and it's a technological area. And it's specifically, it's like a Silicon Valley of Taipei. And how to reduce the energy consumptions in the evening. So they put a smart lighting, and this smart lighting, we put a lot, we put a sensors, and you could easily identify if there is a people walking around. If there is a people walking around, you will have more lux on that area. But when there is no people, there is no reason for you to have a very bright light, and it could increase your energy consumptions. So this is how Taipei city government try to reduce its energy consumptions on this area at night, in the evening, because you will have no people moving around on this area in the evening. So this is a very interesting data once it comes to develop a new urban area. And once we are talking about the smart parking system, this is okay. This kind of parking system we adopt it here in Taipei as well, because the limitation of the landfill itself. And this kind of system, I don't know how to correlate with the architecture. I'll skip it. Okay, there's a video that I would like to show you guys.
In 2014, Indonesia's capital, Jakarta, launched its Smart City project to become a low-carbon, intelligent, modern city. In 2017, Delta started to install 21,000 smart streetlights in East Jakarta,
So Delta is a Taiwanese company.
which are now the most sensible improvement to all citizens. Delta's smart streetlight solution provides bright LED lighting and at least 48% electricity savings versus traditional HPS lamps and 70% versus
So
mercury
this is what
lamps.
I'm talking. Once there
It
is no
also
people, you don't need
transforms
to have
streetlights
more.
into information
much
nodes
more.
for the city. In addition to lighting, useful extensions such as air quality sensing, temperature sensing,
Danny, was there a
Patient
way audio to this?
water level sensing, EV
All right.
charging, as well as surveillance,
So
are
long.
also available if required. The wireless
Yes, sir, audio is
networking
audible.
allows the
Yes,
dead
it's
streetlights
the audio.
installation in
Can
the
you
city
listen?
to be woven into a
Yes.
communication network. Our platform monitors and controls every streetlight for energy consumption, brightness, and maintenance needs. It can also be seamlessly integrated with other smart city systems. Our solution provides Jakarta citizens with the best possible lighting quality, while improving the safety of some dark areas.
Sebelum lampu dipasang LED, saya keluar malam rada takut karena gelap. Setelah dipasang lampu LED, saya keluar malam lebih nyaman, lebih terang karena saya suka bersepeda tiap malam sama anak-anak. Pelayanan pemerintah Jakarta untuk penerangan bagus, untuk saat ini memuaskan. Terima kasih pemerintah DKI Jakarta.
Sebelum dipasang lampu LED ini, saya merasa gelap dan merasa takut apabila pulang malam. Senanglah adanya lampu LED ini, mereka merasa suasananya lebih terang.
Delta's smart streetlight solution, enabling smart, safe, and sustainable cities for a better tomorrow.
All right, I'll go to the next one. Okay, I would like to share a little bit on how the IoT integration that I'm working on with the integration of the artificial intelligence. You guys might listen a lot about the artificial intelligence, but this is how we started here in Taipei. Not in Taipei, it's in Taichung actually. It's in the middle of Taiwan. So as you can see, this is how the bus stop normally in Taiwan. We have the station, and you have the I'm not sure. Okay, you can see you have the separate lane for the bus, and it starts right here, supposed to be on this area, and then you have the lane only for the bus stop. And what we did here is we installed a camera right here. So this is only a sample because this photo is in Taipei. But what we did in Taipei in Taichung is we put a camera right here, and this data goes to the cloud. We have a cloud right here, and before it's okay, once it comes to the cloud, we use the artificial intelligence to identify the type of the vehicle, whether it's a bus, it's a truck, it's a car, it's a motorcycle, or even it's a bicycle. Because in Taipei, if you bicycle, the government, and I mean, you don't follow the rule, the government can easily track you because it's in your ID card. So what we did here is, if the vehicle that is coming or entering this lane is not a bus, let's say we have a bus equal x equals to 1, we have a car x equals to 2, blah 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 blah. If the type of, if x is not equals to 1, we will start recording, and we put it 10 seconds for now because it's on trial. After 10 seconds, we have the video cut, and then we put it in the server, right? We put it in the server, and then we send the data with the plate number and barcode, and go to the police station and just print the fine paper. And you will have this information, this paper in your house. And then you just need to scan the barcode. You can see that your vehicle entering this lane more than 10 seconds. And what you should do next is click next and pay. So this is how we control vehicle not coming into the bus lane. This is a type of how you did the integrations for these things. So I think I did it faster than I thought, and I'm done here. If there is any questions, I'm all right now. Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
Danny.
Yes.
Yes, we are there. Esther, would you like to take the questions?
Yes, Narayani, just give me a moment so that I'll just see the chat box and get to read the questions. Thank you, Danny.
Yes.
Danny, I would like to take up this question from one of the participants.
Okay.
You know, how does smart technology help the government during the corona outbreak? Because you seem to have managed it well during the crisis. And smart technology is one of the things that helped you handle the situation better.
Okay. Okay. Well, once it comes to the populations, it's a very because Taiwan is a type of the country that that is very aware of the health of its populations. How we tracking the people? It's very easy. I'll tell you. From the first time we start to stop the flight from China, and everybody comes from China, we will track. We'll scan the temperatures, and once you enter the country, you are not allowed to take public transportations. This is illegal. You have to directly take a specific taxi that will ride you, goes to your house. Before you get into your house, you will have a form. You will have your phone number registered, and there will be a random call for you. And okay, the government use your GPS to track you whether you're going out from the house. If they found out that you're going out from the house, there will be a fine. If my memory serves me well, it's around 300,000 US dollar. So don't ever think to go outside, even for anything. Okay, how they manage to fulfill their needs? Okay, Taiwan society is a very good society when it comes to help each other during this pandemic, because one people sick would affect the whole society. So people will reach you out. They will ask you what you need for you to stay at home. You don't have to be worried of getting hungry. The second thing is during the first wave on this pandemic, we have people moving around, especially the cruise ship, because the cruise ship, the Princess cruise ship, actually entered Taiwan before going to Japan. How the government track these people is by using the GPS of the persons moving around the city, moving around the country. So let's say me, I'm walking, I went to X road, okay? Everybody that is on the area of the X road, you will be called by police and they will ask you to get quarantined. But the government gave them money to be quarantined. So this is a win-win solutions. You don't work, but you get paid for that. So this is how we control everything. We have a zero. We really have a zero locally transmitted case, and yeah, we never had a lockdown until now.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Danny. I'll take one more question. At the local level, Taipei has moved ahead with smart housing and smart healthcare. Meanwhile, other areas have also entered a push from smart transportation, having completed testing in autonomous bus programs. So each region takes a priority and local need as a priority. Can you share your views on this? And how much should technical aspects be local?
Sorry, I don't get the question. I'm sorry.
No, how do technology be made local?
The technology be made locally. Okay. This is a very okay. Once it comes to building a new technology, Taiwan is very good on chip. As you know, we have the TSMC. Once it comes to building a new technology, the government will support a lot of money on specific area. Let's say like Google that I told you about. The government invests a lot of money, and they even so if you change your old car to a electrical type of vehicle, let's say Google, you will get $600 for that. So this is how it should comes from the government first, because if it goes from the private, it will be a lot of money. You need to burn a lot of money. It's not efficient like that. So as autonomous car, okay. Talking about autonomous car, we need to have a lot of data regarding the traffic flow, and yes, we believe that someday you don't have to drive anymore. So nowadays we started to collect how actually we have to let this traffic flow going on around. Yeah, I'm not sure if I make a good answer.
Okay, thank you, Danny. I would now request our Dean, Dr. P. Satish Kumar sir, to enlighten or have this session continued.
So that's a very fantastic session, Danny. And whenever you call Danny, you know, we this name is very familiar and popular to us, those who have seen Singham. But anyway, even though you're from Taiwan, you speak a better English than many of us here. That was a very good session what you have made, and you talked about the transportation, air quality, and noise monitoring, and that is a very much need of the hour, because this is very much gone for the country like India and China. So
yes,
I think this is a very, very important areas which you have touched. And only during the Corona period time, we are able to have a better space in the ozone layer and the environment and all. And we are also talking about the smart city concept. Our government is proposing many things. We are yet to receive or harvest any of such things. And traffic congestion and city energy consumptions and smart lighting was one of the very good ideas and suggestions which you have given. And I was also looking at your IoT integration project. Like that, we also have a few different projects given up by our Indian government. Recently, also government has proposed a lot of energy consumption projects. Even in SRM campus, also we have a lot of energy efficient projects, sustainable projects, green projects. A lot of innovations being tried and prepared. And even most of our thesis students is also preparing such kinds of products. Probably 100 of our students are there doing thesis the forthcoming semester. And we have given this as a project for them in terms of green campus and green energy, sustainability, and that. I think probably even any audience in this forum also know better. This is the need of the hour. We have to be very much sustainable. We have to be very much green. We have to be very much efficient. So I think without which, whatever money you spend, it's absolutely going to be waste. It could be money or time or efforts or whatever. So I think you made this day, and it was very good, very apt topic in terms of sustainability and on a macro level of looking the city. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Danny, I have another question for you here. Regarding the smart cities, we are moving from a car-oriented traffic to, use of more public transport. How is that supported in a country like yours?
Okay, so the public transportation, okay, for Taipei itself, it's very expensive. Okay, if you want to buy a car, you need to have a parking lot first. If you don't have a parking lot, it will be uh, it would be very difficult for you to get the license, like in Singapore. But Singapore did better for this one. Okay, and one parking lot in Taipei itself costs around 50,000 US dollars. So you will think twice to get a car before. I mean, you need to have the parking lot first. Secondly, once it comes to the public transportations, Taiwan, you know, if you go to the bus stop in Taipei, you will have, or you go to the MRT, you will have a schedule like in 3 minutes, the MRT will be arrived. There was a moment that the MRT always late, and it reduced the trust of the people to get into the public transportation, because they would like it to be efficient, but ended up they are late. And what happened is the government changed the rule. So if the MRT late for more than 3 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, they will change the stakeholder of the public transportation. So this is a very good way to, you know, you need to find the problem, you need to solve the problem. And I believe more than 85% of the populations in Taipei, we use the public transportation, even for me, you know. Yeah.
Thank you, Danny, for that wonderful answer. We have with us our guests for the day, guest speakers. Tripura Sundari, an alumna of SRM. Are you here?
Hi, TS.
Yes, TS. TS, can you come on screen, please?
Hello, TS. TS was my classmates in French for the master degree.
Okay. Hi, Danny.
Hi, TS. Hi. It's
Hi.
been a while, no?
Yes, it's been a while. So nice to see you today.
Yes, before you start, I would like to tell all of them that she was instrumental in actually connecting with Danny for this particular session. Thank you, TS. Yes.
Thanks to you. Yes. Respected deans or organizers and different hosts for the different sessions, and TV Gopal sir, and all the participants who are listening to everyone today. It's so good to talk to you all in this evening. Mainly, I wanted to share one thing: the persistence in doing this for this long. Because day one, I remember ma'am was sharing about what is to be done and all that. But what was fascinating is consistency. You can do something for 2 days, 3 days, and then finally to rush up. And then there were, I guess, multiple events on same day also, morning and evening, and then afternoon and evening, and then again speaking to guests and all that. What I liked was the enthusiasm and persistence for doing this for this long. And each of the topic, I was not there for almost all the topics, but I tried to be there for some of the expert session, some of the alumni session, and today I'm here for this session. It was really nice to connect on one level to different topics, like Dean sir mentioned, and also TV Gopal sir mentioned. It was not just one topic or two topics, it was multiple topics, and I think it was like a window of different topics exposed to the students who were listening to it, and also good documentation for the library as well. And today I was, I'm very proud of the work Danny does, because he always believed that local traditions should be integrated with technology. And only when that happens, there will be a meaningful proposition. His thesis was also about that. And the journey of him going into the smart city aspect and working on actual numbers and technology, and also working for getting the actual numbers to the government. Specifically, I'm mentioning about numbers because after the corona outbreak, Taiwan handled it very well because of two reasons. Once, they had clear numbers. Second, everything was recorded, from the quality of air to people traffic and transport. Everything was integrated, and also without leaving a lot of tradition behind, and also taking into care the agricultural sector. And also that integration is what makes a city completely smart. And I'm so happy to hear Dani today. And the main reason I wanted to be here today was two. One is a huge shout out to the entire team for putting this together, because this is not an easy work to do it every day consistently for so many days. And I think this would have reached a lot of people who wanted to know what was happening. And like always, keep doing what you do, and you're looking out for more. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, TS. Thank you on that note. Now we have with us Sandra Youssef from Syria again, an international student, master's program, to give a few comments. You're on, Sandra. You're not audible, dear.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, Sandra, please go on.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to be here in this session. It was a very useful topic. But actually, I have a question.
Go on.
Yes, go on.
Yeah, this topic was talking about smart city and intelligence technologies, but all of us know that it's too costly. So I want to ask how you can manage this to be economic in the same time, especially for the countries who can't stand this cost. So how we can manage this to be economic and same time sustainable and economic?
Okay. Okay. So
yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so it's okay. Before Taiwan starts everything, we try to handle the first thing is how you use the money, because like India, I believe you have a lot of people, but the tax ratio might be very low. Okay, you don't have a record for what you are buying. Let's say if I am a boss and I ask TS to buy something, and how do I believe TS that he bought on this amount? Do you understand? Let's say this one costs $30. TS told me, but how do I trust her about that this product really costs $30, not 28? What is the receipt? So from the first way is we in Taiwan, if you buy something, you will have your company tax number. So and the money flow, we use it, we have the records, and when it comes to the tax, we get the money. So we try to find the source first, and once we have enough source, we try to get what we really need specifically first. It's health, because Taiwan people believe that if you want to manage a good society, you need to have enough on brain, enough on your mouth, your stomach, because if you're hungry, you will be angry. And third thing is you need to have enough money. You know, if people have money, they will have no problems. So we go to we get into the healthcare sector first, because if they are healthy enough, they can make money. So this is how we have our healthcare cards, and then on every clinic or every hospital, we will have a record. Okay, these people goes to this place, and we use the data to get what they really need, or if there is misinformations, or the government needs to pay, you know, if they are using the government healthcare. So we need to know how the money flows. It's going back to how you manage the money. So yeah, we need to have a very good way to control the money, and believe me, it's very easy to get the money if you have a good tax ratio. Yeah, I'm not sure if I get your questions well.
Yes, thank you, Danny.
Okay.
Yes, Sandra?
Yes.
Sandra, hope sir did answer your question and hope you are having a good session here. Okay, thank you. Narani, we can close with the day 5 session, and thank you for that, Danny. We would like to move on to the valedictory now, and I request our convener to have the day 5 session closing remarks, please.
Vayapuri, sir?
Yeah, I'm on the line. Sorry, I didn't check my.
Yes.
Hello, thank you. Danny, it was a wonderful session we had today. It was very insightful. And what is really amazing is that usually policies are made, but by the time it comes to implementation, it is all diluted, and we don't see the real purpose of making policies, and the aims are lost. But you have shown through technology how it can be streamlined and how systems can ensure not only it is done, but also it could be done in a very sustainable way. You are explaining about sustainable not only in the sense of environment and other aspects, but as well as economics and all sustainability in all aspects. That was a very, very wonderful session. I really enjoyed it, and hope all our audience had a very good informative talk. And these smart city projects are some very happening things in India. It is very, very relevant for all the professionals who have joined us today. Thank you. Thank you. Over to you, Sherin.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I thank all the participants for having stayed with us all these 5 days throughout the International Talk Series. Now, it's a proud moment to have the valedictory session on, and it's really happy and privileged to have our own register, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, join us with us and grace this valedictory for us. I request our Dean to welcome the chief guest for the valedictory.
It's a great privilege for us, especially for me. He's my fatherly figure. No, all of you should get his blessings. Openly to say, you see his energy, his interest, his passion. He's a trendsetter, and I'm sure when he speaks, you'll understand. He's such a kind of tremendous personality. It's our blessings to have him here today. Sir, welcome, sir. It's a great pleasure for us to have you in this valedictory session of this 25 days of this continuous talk series, and the 5th day of this international talk series. We have almost crossed about 50 speakers, eminent speakers, and more than about 1,000, 2,000 participants live into the session, and also on YouTube and Facebook of crossed more than 5,000 to 7,000 participants, viewers. So today, I think we are closing all the sessions and we are getting to the next agenda. So thank you very much for being here today and grace the occasion. Kindly come in the screen and say a few words. Thank you.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible to everybody?
Sir, you're audible whole of the country, sir. Whole of the world.
I know today is international series.
Yes.
Right. Good evening to the participants all over the world. I'm happy that Dr. Satish, Dean, School of Architect and Interior Design, and his team organized in a tireless manner right from 1st April to today, 25th World Dictionary Day of International Talk. The participants who are listening to this talk, as a registrar, it is my bounden duty to say a few lines about the SRM University or SRM IST, now known as. The School of Architects was started much before becoming the university, very, very earlier. Along with the other program, in the college was, engineering college was established in 1985. This was started, if I remember, 1991. From that day onwards, growing abundantly. Now, Satish recently has joined as a dean of the school. From day one, he is creating vibration everywhere, not only in the school, not only among his colleagues, but to the administrators also. I could see his interest, because his interest is to provide quality education. In any education institution, students join, parents prefer, academicians look for, government officials also look for guidance. Now today, we are facing the pandemic crisis, COVID-19. Now, just you have concluded smart city. Now you have more responsibility. How to create a domain, maybe a living house, maybe a city, maybe a small township, where you should provide scope for social distancing. Within the house also, you should create in such a manner how to distance. See, if you see, even in cities, maybe a big bungalow, but connectivity to one room or COVID-19 patients are exposed to everyone in the house. It's not possible to have containment. It is not possible to have isolation. Not only that, architect, say 50 years before, it was not given due importance by people in town and cities. Why should you go for architect when you have an engineer? Or even earlier to that, when we have a mason, he will take care of everything. Yes. The moment the school, the architects established its importance in order to maintain environment, in order to create a kind of happiness feelings. See, when we come home, there are two things. Wife and children must receive us. They must be happy to receive us. They must be happy when we enter into the house. But today, we are thinking on seeing how the design is created in such a manner. You feel like sitting in the hall. You feel like sleeping in the bedroom. You feel like taking food in the dining table. Just having, see, creative architecture is nothing but creativity. See, today, when we see films, when we read books, when we read novels, when we listen to music, not just words, but creativity. That is what architect they are doing. We look for such a kind of designers who will build, who will create, who will make us feel happy. For the participants, I must also tell you, SRM IST is ranked, our university is ranked by Ministry of Human Resource Development, MHRD and UGC, category A, based on the NAC accreditation score, A++, the highest score. And we are strong in our research activities also. School of Architecture and Interior Design of SRM IST has planned first 5 days or a few days celebrity talk. Then alumni talk. When they had alumni talk, I also participated. I also joined in order to see my young SRMians living, discharging their duties in many places in the world. I saw, I listened to them. Today also, I saw the answer given by Danny and the question raised by his junior or maybe his classmate, how things are going on well in Taiwan. Danny, India is going to see after this COVID-19, what will happen? We had a flood. People were wondering what will happen. We were able to survive. Likewise, we would also survive. We will fight against COVID-19 and we will come out successfully. One thing, my alumni, you should always think of your alma mater. We have a strong alumni office. Professor Gopal, who had delivered a talk in the morning just before, he is the currently director alumni affairs. Be in touch with us whenever you come to India, whenever you come to Chennai. But after the Zoom meeting, anytime, anywhere you can easily reach us. We can see each other. It will connect. Likewise, you can advise your juniors how they should plan, how they should work out. Take into account the rich experience my alumni have in various countries, in various capacity. Satish, Dean and his team, they are doing a wonderful job. As I told you, he is also a member of the Executive Council of the Architecture Council. Making use of his office, making use of his individual capacity, he is going all out to bring SRM IST School of Architect #1. I hope the faculty in the School of Architect definitely will take it forward further heights. We, the administrators and the management, will support the school, whatever steps they take, wherever they are, whether alumni or whether they are in our university or elsewhere. We will support. Whenever you get an opportunity, you correspond, you know our mail ID, see the website often or almost daily. You will be able to get some information about your juniors, about your faculty, about your mentor, about everybody. Thank you very much for having given me this opportunity. It's a wonderful evening. I'm very happy to see all my faculty colleagues doing this. We feel as if we are organizing this seminar in TP Ganeshan Auditorium. We are not able to see the structure. I am able to see my smiling faces, my colleagues, my alumni, everyone here. Thank you. I wish you all the best. Do well. I am sure you will succeed in all your attempt. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Esther.
Such a privilege for joining us, sir, and giving us all your support and always standing through with us. Thank you so much once again. And I would also thank the speaker. Now I request our convener, Vayapuri sir, to give the vote of thanks.
It's a great privilege to appear before you to propose the vote of thanks for this prestigious event. It was an intellectual fiesta over the past 25 days. Over the last 5 days, we first learned how sustainable approaches change the course of a diminishing city and propelled growth. Then it was transport design in urban centers. Then it was about research thinking, questioning architecture. That was a very amazing presentation we had from the German youngster, Victor. Then it was about design thinking. Then finally, to crown all the events, it was sustainable approaches towards smart city and how technology plays a vital role in that technology and system. It was a wonderful presentation by Danny. So with all these things, we have ended our session. All were interesting, intellectual, and engaging. On the first place, I would like to thank our university for their patronage, and all these blessings and assurances came from the words of our registrar. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for being extending your patronage and assuring all support to the department. Special thanks to our Honorable Vice Chairman who inaugurated the session. I thank all guests of honor, Director ENT, Dr. Muthabil Shelvan. Thank you, sir. Director of International Relations, Dr. Karta Singh. Thank you, sir. Director QAR, Dr. Lata Pillai. Thank you, ma'am. And today, Dr. TV Gopal was a guest of honor, and I thank you so much for participating in our event, sir. Thank you. And a great thanks to the Dean, Dr. Satish Kumar. I cannot praise him more than what the registrar has done. It is that I cannot add that, and the certification has come from the highest authority of the university. So I cannot add more to that, but I don't find words to praise it. It was a wonderful show. He has been motivating the entire team, entire faculty, and he was the spearhead for the entire program. Thank you, organizers. Without your support, nothing would have been possible. Your teamwork is amazing. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Narayani. Thank you, Anup Menon. Thank you, Denish Kumar, who was instrumental in getting our few international speakers. Thank you, Saravana Raja. Thank you, Gajendran. And Raja Technical Support, who made it possible to live stream all our programs. And I'd like to thank Tripura Sundari, who also as an alumni who helped us in organizing this event, and also Vamshi Krishna, also he was also instrumental in finding another international speaker for us. So all were so supportive when I think I still remember the day when it was started. We didn't fix as many speakers. It was the dean's confidence and God's blessings, as he also states that everything worked out because the efforts were sincere and all put in their best efforts, and things worked out, and it turned out to be a wonderful event. So everything has to come to an end, and even this wonderful event has to come to an end. Thank you all, and I also at this moment I want to state I might have missed some people who would have supported us, contributed for this success of this event. I thank them also, and I thank all the audience who have registered and participated through Zoom, and who have been our participants through all the live sessions also. Thank you, everyone. It was a very wonderful session. I'm so happy, and I thank everyone. With this note, we come to the end of the events and end of the day also. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, all the participants. So we will definitely miss you for the remaining 5:30 to 6:30. So it's really nice to connect with many of you through this, and we have acquainted with many of you, and many new relationships have been built on. I request all of you to see the other programs which you have missed in case in our said SRM YouTube channel, and also you can see us live on our Facebook channel. Stay connected. We would like to do more as and when all an opportunity provides to us. Thank you for being so sweet and wonderful, lovely participation. Thank you so much to one and all. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.